in a serene environment with adequate security. Ade Super Hotels Limited is the place with the state-of-the-art facility, spacious car park, air-conditioned rooms and suites with modern toilet facilities, standard swimming pool, well-stocked indoor and outdoor baths, boardroom for corporate meetings, halls for all kinds of events and parties, a gymnasium equipped with up-to-date facilities, restaurants that provide local and continental dishes with special services for banquet and buffet. Laundry services are also available. At Ade Super Hotels Limited, you are assured of 24 hours power supply as well as best ever reception that you can imagine. Ade Super Hotels is located at Elisha Road, PO Box 3028, Akure, Ondo State. Telephone 0803 440 4358, 034 206 855. Email adesuperhotels@yahoo.com. Website www.adesuperhotels.com. Ade Super Hotels Limited, hotel with passion for maximum comfort.
Congratulations to our poultry, pig, sheep, and goat farmers in Ondo State as Livestock Productivity and Resilience Support Project (LPRES) begins provision of common assets such as abattoir, slaughterhouse, pasture, sheep and goat markets, biodigester, veterinary clinic, farmer field school, artificial insemination center, training, loan support, free vaccination, among others, to enhance productivity, resilience, and commercialization of these value chains. LPRES is here to serve you. Please report header farmer clashes to LPRES for prompt intervention. You can visit your local government for complaints on GBV, sexual exploitation, abuse, and harassment at LPRES project location in your area. LPRES beneficiary profiling is always free, but know that there is no input support for beneficiaries. For more inquiries, please contact Ondo LPRES project at ground floor, ISA building, beside ADP Alagbaka Akure. Facebook page is Ondo LPRES project. Email ondo@lpresnigeria.gov.ng. Telephone 0803 395 7166. LPRES project, enhancing livestock profitability.
The news tonight. Commercial activities grounded in observance of Amole Festival. Federal government to release 2,000 tractors to farmers to boost production and ensure food security. Plus, non-indigenes in Akure want government to implement policies to foster unity. Good evening and thanks for joining us on Nta Akure News at 7. I am Abiola Ario. Markets, shops, and all trading activities in Akure was closed for the day as part of the Amole Festival, a time for spiritual cleansing and prayers for protection against evil. This observance marks the significance of the festival in Akure. Adebayo Jegede reports.
The Amole Festival, which has been in existence for over 250 years, came into existence when the people of Akure Kingdom were suffering from incessant attacks on their lives and properties, as well as strangers cutting away their goods and farm produce.
It's a way of promoting, our traditions and culture. And if the tradition does not affect life and properties, and there's no kind of negative delinquencies about it, I think there's nothing wrong with it. It's also a way of allowing the marketers to have a rest.
It's our culture, so we cannot forget our culture. We should comply with what is happening. By tomorrow, everybody will go about his or her duty.
Some residents of the kingdom expressed mixed thoughts on the significance of the festival.
I grew up in Akure and it's been observed over years. So people should get used to it now, because there's no how it will be observed every year, and it's just once in a year.
All those things that they are doing is affecting people. Like we people now that we collect higher purchase morua, and then we are paying daily deliver 10,000 every day.
As instructed by tradition, markets and shops remain closed for the day, while traffic was noticeably lighter on major roads in the metropolis. Meanwhile, waste management workers used the opportunity to evacuate dirt from dumping sites. The Amole Festival is one of the 26 major festivals celebrated in Akure annually. In Akure, Adebayo Jogede, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security says it will soon release 2,000 tractors deployed by the federal government. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, says other incentives to boost production will also be provided. Musa Baba Aliu reports.
On June 23, 2025, President Bola Tinubu inaugurated 2,000 tractors, including large and small harvesters and other implements in Abuja. Since the inauguration, farmers have been awaiting information on the procedure and how the heavy-duty farming equipment will be distributed. The Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abubakar Kyari, stated that the tractors are not meant for show.
Mr. President will soon give us the go-ahead to distribute. We'll come up with the financing structure that you will see that will be very, very attractive to the farmers. But one thing that we must make sure, tractors are not for decoration. Tractors are meant to work. And we will have trackers on these tractors to make sure that they are geofenced.
The minister was speaking to a group of farmers who visited the ministry seeking recognition, support, and partnership in the Nigeria Food Security Project.
And for the first time, Mr. President had given us 2,150,000 bags of fertilizer that we had given out across the country free of charge.
The chairman of Amana Farmers and Grain Suppliers Association of Nigeria, Haruna Ahmed, stated that the association would continue to support and collaborate with the ministry in all its activities, particularly in implementing laudable sustainable agriculture projects in the country. Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
Driven by increased infertility cases, societal pressure to have children, population explosion, and poverty, guests on Good Morning Nigeria want regulation to mitigate escalating unwholesome practices in reproductive health in Nigeria. They believe the sector faces significant challenges such as lack of proper regulations and the dangers posed by unqualified practitioners or quacks. Lydia Sampson reports.
Egg harvesting, sperm donation, surrogacy, and in vitro fertilization are medical procedures globally recognized in helping couples having difficulty in having children. Unfortunately, Gaston Good Morning Nigeria acknowledge many clinics operate without adequate facilities or oversight, putting patients at risk. They caution that high supply and demand driving desperation for survival is also exposing vulnerable young people to abuse.
With the National Assembly to protect all sides. It's not enough to focus, say, women are victims. The practitioners must be protected. What does that mean? You must have reasonable knowledge and skills before you are let loose on the population.
Where we started talking of integration of family life education into our school curriculum. And this Ministry of Health has been working assiduously as of that time in collaboration with Ministry of Education.
With the National Health Act and other legal framework for emerging trends in reproductive health unclear on these issues leading to commercialization and abuse, the guests insist it is time to change the narrative.
We can, in terms of the guideline, since the money has to be used in the primary healthcare center, so we should be able to put some of these facilities in the primary healthcare centers. But you know, there are certain basic facility provisions. Anywhere you put that, there must be constant electricity. There must be trained personnel to manage it. So it's not a half-assed measure. Otherwise, 4 or 5 years, some woman will come back to get her eggs, and so the eggs have all deteriorated.
They are emphatic about tackling the rise of quackery in reproductive health practices, which exacerbates maternal and child health risks. They call for more regulation, ethical standards, and public awareness to protect vulnerable individuals in Nigeria's growing reproductive health. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Governments at all levels have been urged to implement policies that can foster unity among people of various tribes in the country. This was the takeaway from the Non-Indigenous Day organized by the Non-Indigenous Assembly NIA, held in Akure, Ondo State Capital. Ife-Oluwa Omoshule reports.
The Non-Indigenous Day, celebrated by the Non-Indigenous Assembly Akure chapter, was a time for them to interact and chart a way forward towards fostering unity and ensuring that they enjoy dividends of democracy.
For the past 3 years, we have gotten a secretariat, rented the secretariat, and that is why we are here today to plead to the masses to support us, so that we can have a non-indigenous secretariat in Ondo State, whereby our people and the government can relate to us easily.
Unity. We the non-indigenous want unity and love, so that we can able to support the government of the day.
The keynote speaker at the event, Nta Akure, however, encouraged the non-indigenous to embrace the uniqueness of every tribe towards bringing about development in the nation.
The need for others to respect people's culture, to foster unity, is hinged on the fact that we all came from different backgrounds. Your training differs from that of the other person. Your experience, your exposure differs from that of the other person. To live together in unity, there are things that you must agree with, whether it goes down with you, well with you or not.
Various cultural troops, while showcasing the beauty of different tribes, also spiced up the event. The program, tagged Unity in Diversity, was also an avenue to launch a donation aimed at building the NIA secretariat to further facilitate continuous unity among the non-indigenous in Akure. Ife-Oluwa Omoshule, NTA News.
You're still watching Nta Akure News at 7. We shall be back after this break. Please stay with us. You're welcome back. You can also watch us on our social media handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. The Minister of Education, Dr. Tunji Alausa, has cleared the air concerning agreements between the federal government of Nigeria and the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, noting that the last formally signed and binding FGN and the Academic Staff Union of Nigeria, noting that the last formally signed and binding FGN-ASU agreement was in 2009. In 2017, the then Minister of Education, Malam Adamu, inaugurated a renegotiation committee which produced the draft NIMI-BRICS agreement in May 2021. However, this draft was never signed by the federal government. When the minister stated that there had been no new signed agreement with ASU, he was specifically referring to the 2021 NIMI-BRICS draft, which remains unsigned but serves as the most recent framework for discussions. Thus, the 2009 agreement remains the last signed document. The ministry reaffirms government's commitment to resolving the 16-year stalemate with ASU in a sustainable and constitutionally backed manner under the Renewed Hope agenda, while ensuring universities remain open. Stakeholders and the public are therefore urged to disregard misinterpretations as the federal government remains firm in its resolve. Let's join Osita Ruben on Business News.
Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima, Minister of Finance Wale Edun, Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria Olayemi Kadoso, and President of the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria Kevin Nwoke have called for a nationwide embrace of risk management as a culture not just a policy tool. They made the call at the 24th Annual International Conference of the CRMI in Lagos, where they insisted that an embrace of a risk management culture will enable the country to weather global shocks. In another developments, Flour Mills of Nigeria has restated its commitment to driving food security in the country and sustaining local content development through investment in agriculture and agro-allied industries. The group said in a statement that feeding the nation everyday agenda remains central to its 65-year strategy of reducing dependence on imported raw materials. The group chief executive officer, Boye Olusanya, said FMN had become more than a company to Nigeria, but also a strong ally in growth and development of Nigeria. And that will be all on business news in Akure. Osita Ruben, NTA News.
And on sports news, Olumide Eguntola is our guide.
Sabah, the Delta State capital, is agog as athletes from different parts of the country have settled down